22 experience. Use all the experience we can get. I don't plan on... Oh, yes, I do want to buy stuff.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Okay. It's a big... squid? Jellyfish?
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to ask this, but I got a feeling it's going to be the same thing I just asked him. But, there's only one way to find out, so...
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay, yeah, why do you talk in that specific manner?
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
See, the question they don't ask here, which I'm highly curious about, is I don't see a mouth on that thing. So, is it communicating telepathically? And if so, who in the hell gave it permission to get into my brain? Yeah, show me your goods.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Fair enough. Well, let's see what you have.
I'd like to see these rare and wonderful items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Okay. The non-human armors are going to be Krogan and Quarian, which we'll run into both of those later on. Standard items are going to be your weapons, human armor, Turian armor. The reason I'm not going into both and showing you right offhand is because the I have to talk to that long-winded SOB every time. And then this one is just like, well, okay, this one's harder to explain, so we'll go into here. Yeah, ammo upgrades. And armor upgrades, such things. Hammerhead rounds. Those come in handy, but like I said, I hardly ever buy anything in those. Personally, my personal opinion, phasic rounds of any kind are useless. Yeah, I hardly ever buy anything though, because dangnabbit, but there is something I want to buy.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
That's what I meant about him being long-winded.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
I'm already disappointed just by the fact that you talk so bloody much. Standard items. I'll hardly ever buy anything from any of the stores. I mean, every once in a while I'll run across something rare that I really want. But for the most part, I literally don't get anything unless I stumble across it while playing. The one thing you do want to buy out of every store that you come across are these licenses. And for reasons that will become apparent later, we actually have a supply officer on the Normandy. And the more of these you get, the more rare the items that he will have. So, and some of the stuff that he gets is, bar none, you know, head and shoulders above everything you're going to find in the regular stores. So you definitely want to enter every store and see if they have one of these, which typically they do. So we're going to buy that. Thank you. Let's see what else we can find. That is a gentleman that we are going to get sent back to talk to later, so I'm going to wait to talk to him. There's another statue.
Huh.
What is it, Caden?
Anyone else hear that low hum? Sounds like it's coming from that statue. Makes my teeth tingle.
That or, your implants flaring up, one of the two.
You know, art doesn't normally do much for me, but that relay statue, I like.
Nice little pose there. Yeah, it's a fairly interesting statue. I don't understand why they have it pointing up, but okay. See, even the water animation on this is just, yeah. The animation in this game is just cool, in my opinion. I promise I'll quit talking about that someday. It's just, I'm always blown away every time I play this game.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the keepers.
We've passed like 4 of those already, and you're just now asking about them, huh? Okay, Avina. What do you have to tell me?
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Well, I'm pretty set in my ways, so I don't see rehabilitation working on me, and incarceration, I don't think you guys are ready for the firefight that would ensue. Well, since Ashley was just asking about these, let's go ahead and find out more about the Keepers.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
What's so important about the tower?
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Sound like really useful, oversized cockroaches. What can you tell me about the relay monument behind you?
Tell me about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the relay monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
So you guys can't figure out if they put it there because they're warmongers or humanitarians, huh? Let's see, did the keepers do the monument? Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
So all the controls for the Citadel go through that tower?
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
Good grief. It's got to be a very, very busy place. That's like a flight tower on crack. Tell me about the council chambers.
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business of the council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
Yeah, it's, why is it not open to the public? I mean, are they that aloof?
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
One could only hope that the line, or the waiting time on that isn't as long as it is with the consort. Yeah. Wow, I've actually been asked to go there.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
Why do I get the feeling there's more to you than just a virtual intelligence there? Alright. Thank you for the info.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
And, believe it or not, this is another one of those things that never gets old.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
No, I'm going to keep disturbing them. You can get over it. Yeah, there's a lot of other places we could go, but, for now, let's go ahead and, we really do need to go see the council before we go do the rest of the stuff, so let's head up there.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
I like Ashley's attitude there. wouldn't trust Udina any farther than I could throw at Krogan. And yet again, you gotta love the design of this game.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Okay. Who was that you were talking to?
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the Council.
Didn't sound like the investigation was going too well.
Come across anything I should know about?
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Well, I appreciate it. Feel free to keep digging to see if you can find anything else. And here's another one of those rapid transit. Oop, sorry, just bumped my microphone. Another one of the rapid transit stations. Like I said, they're all over the place, but we'll very rarely be using them. Captain Anderson, how's it going?
The hearing's already started. Come on.
Okay.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Traumatized dock worker or not, it's a human eyewitness on a planet where there's no way he should know Saren's name to begin with. So how do you explain him naming Saren specifically if he's not guilty? I mean, that, to me, that just doesn't make any sense. Well, I do understand how he's involved, but yeah, you're the one that destroyed everything, not me.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon. Then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
One of the few times in the game I agree with Udina. Yeah. Which one to choose? Yeah, quit protecting him.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander
Now see,
Shepard?
here, later on in the game, we're going to end up with an Asari on our team who actually takes a look at the evidence stored in my brain there. So I find it aggravating that they don't give you the option to have that happen now. But do you have anything else to add? Yeah, what's the point?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
Cocky bastard.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
You know, on one hand, I want to agree with him, but at the same time, he does seem to have a little bit of a biased opinion there. Yeah. How do you know Saren?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
Yeah, well, the Council won't help us do it. So, what do you have in mind?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
That's a very good point. We'll go talk to him.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
And now, hold on a minute. The Captain's just as involved as I am.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
I know you don't want me to go talk to him, but I got a feeling it'll be very pertinent. So, you have any other leads?
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Wow, there's a lot to talk about here. I already asked that, so, good grief, where to start? Yeah, let's... Tell me about Harkin.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Well, none of that sounded too bad until you got to the drug use part. Yeah, why protect him?
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Fair enough. Tell me about Barlavon.
Tell me about Barlavon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
You know, you keep saying that name. What is the Shadow Broker?
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Well, with that level of information, personally, it sounds like the person is a threat to everybody if they choose to be. Yeah, can you give me any more information on the Spectres?
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Okay. And if one pulls a stunt like Saren did?
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
And just hope he's not good enough to take out the other Spectre like Saren did with Nihilus. Yeah, how are they organized?
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Well, doing whatever it takes to accomplish the goal, it's not that far off from me. And with that being said, how are they chosen?
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation. But with him gone, things are still up in the air.
The fact that they've been watching me for years, and you never told me about it before, I find a bit disconcerting. Doesn't seem to be any love lost between the Council and the Ambassador there. I mean, granted, Udina is a bit of a scumbag, but...
Our Ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The Ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Alright, well... yeah. Yeah. I agree that we're too independent. You know, I mean, playing along would get us on there faster, but at the same time, I can understand not wanting to seem weak-willed, so... I mean, we seem to be holding our own as it is, so, yeah, why do we even bother?
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Well, that's assuming you can get a majority vote. Alright, well, I think I've talked to you just about long enough. I'm gonna go start tracking down leads on Saren. Thanks for your time.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.